So good morning. I have an update on an upload I did yesterday. So simply because I mentioned the elections and my personal opinion about them not being legit, my video has been removed. So I'm here to do another one. I was talking about the cancel culture and how everything just suddenly is racist, bigoted, or transphobic, even though it's not. It's just all in their fucking heads. Like they took away Pepe Le Pew, and every single day we get a little closer to having our voices silenced, especially via the media. When I can't express my feelings about my country and my country's elections and how I feel about them, and it's immediately written off as false information and blah blah. That just kind of tells you something, because who's running the show is the man. And if the man don't want us all banding together and telling us about stuff like that, well, then we can pretty much agree that the man is giving it to us all, right? So, yeah, Joe Biden's retarded policy. I'm going to say it again. It's retarded because he's retarded. And if you voted for him, you're retarded. I'm sorry. You're an idiot. You should be hung by your heels, in my opinion, for an extended period of time, until you get more blood to your brain maybe, and it might increase your intelligence levels. I don't know. But if you voted for Joe Biden, you're a fucking idiot. And that's my personal opinion. That's my personal feelings about it. And if you don't like it, well, get the fuck off my channel and fuck you, right? The YouTube thing kind of pissed me off. I hate being silenced. I thought we had the First Amendment right in this country, to where I have the freedom of speech. I have the freedom to express myself how I want, and I have the freedom to do it without fear of repercussion. Obviously, we are moving into socialism. For all of you that don't understand that concept, which I know most of you watching my videos, you probably do, but the concept of what we're moving into socialism is to make everybody the same, to shut everybody up, and to put everybody in the same exact categorized sections, except for the people that are running the show. And forgetting that, like, most of you Americans, I'm an American too, I'm not naturalized. I was bred here. I've got a birth certificate in the U.S. I was born an American citizen, so, mind you, but I still have a lot of Russian in me, and I lived in Russia until I was 9. So you Americans have no concept of what's going on with socialism. You think that, not all of you obviously, but a lot of these people think that it's a good thing, or they have no idea it's happening. When they get the entire country to put a mask on, to identify as the same thing, and then they start freaking changing shit up, it's called socialism. And we're all getting these checks now. Half of us are unemployed, and that's how it all started in the USSR. I don't know if you guys know your history too much, but the United Soviet Socialist Republic was founded on the concept that everybody is treated equally, everybody has the same amount of everything that everybody else has, that there's no rich people and there's no poor people. Everybody's middle class, if you would, except, of course, for the Politburo and all the people in power, like Washington, D.C. here. So the concept of socialism is a good one. The idea of it is good, but here's the problem, is it never, ever works. It's never worked. There's not one country in this whole entire world that has went into socialism that isn't sitting at the very, very ass end of all the economic, progression that anybody else has made in the world. Like if you look at Venezuela, they're socialists. You say, oh, well, China's not socialist. Yeah, they are. They're socialist communist. Socialism and communism are just like a cut hair away from each other, And what happens with socialism is it generally turns into communism, or communism, shifts into socialism. It teeters back and forth if you look. So, if you want socialism so bad, you all need to move your asses to Venezuela or to China, or to North Korea, because those are all socialist nations, to where there's one person in charge of everybody else, and that's it. There's no decision making, there's no voting, there's no, it's the people that are already in the show are going to continue to run the show. So anyways, the more we get silenced, the more it should really show you what's happening. You can't say nothing negative about the elections, and you can't say nothing negative about the elections on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, where your shit gets pulled. You can't say anything negative about transgender people. You can't say anything negative about anybody anymore, because somebody gets butthurt and reports you. And that's all right. You know, if you want to get butthurt and report people, that's fine. You're not going to stop how we feel and how we think. And trust me, you're probably the minority in these situations to where most people think that what you're trying to push on us is pretty fucking twisted and not right. However, the silencing of Americans, even via media, dude, is a sure sign that our Constitution is under attack. And when our Constitution becomes under attack, we become under attack, because I've been trying to fucking tell people for 20 fucking years, you know, oh, well, guns, oh, they need to take the guns. And I'm like, you know what happens is when you start letting them unravel constitutional rights, even just a little bit, like they have been. You know, assault rifle bans. They're not assault rifles, by the way. And if you think they are, get the fuck off my page. All right, I carried an assault rifle into combat. An AR is not a fucking assault rifle. All right, it's not. All right, it doesn't have a fucking short barrel. It doesn't have a selector switch. It doesn't have all the goodies that a fucking M4 has. All right, it's not an assault rifle. It's an Armalite rifle. That's what AR stands for, just in case you don't know this. Assault rifle. So anyway, I've been saying it for years. When you take one constitutional right and you start to unravel it, the whole sweater comes undone. We all know this. Now we're having our Constitution unraveled. We've been forced to accept things that aren't true. We're being silenced by the media and by the government itself about things that aren't true, and they're calling it dissent. Take a look back in your history and look at all the other countries that have silenced the opposition by removing them completely, you know, or by shutting them down, or by making them terrorists. And socialism and communism are infamous for shutting people up that don't speak the ideal that the narrative wants you to speak, like Soviet Union, for instance. You know, they were so anti-American back in the day that if you had a pair of fucking Levi 501 blue jeans, you went to the gulag. Like, they would, you know, GRU would come in and kick. It happened to my neighbor. You know, they would come in and kick your door in, and you would just vanish. Like, everybody would wake up the next morning and be like, oh, well, where's Olya? Shit, she's gone. And the reason why Olya was gone was because she was black marketing Levi 501s, and she was never seen again. That's the reality of communism and socialism, is we're giving up our rights as individual Americans and our identities as individual people to become part of a mass collective, to where everybody is treated the same. Everybody is expected to fall into place and to find their place in society. And y'all LGBTQ people, again, I have nothing against y'all, not personally, you know, like some of the policy that's being made to please you people, I'm totally against. But personally, no. I mean, I think as an American, you have that right to make your decisions about what you want to do to yourself, your body, and your property, in my opinion. So, like, I'm not going to hate on you, I'm not going to bag on you, and I'm not going to tell you anything other than I don't understand it. I respect your right to do so. However, I don't respect what has become due to all of this, such as this new policy where you can have a child of 13 and they decide they want to be transgender and they go and have gender reconstructive surgery. Now they can do that without parental consent. That is fucked up. That is the ultimate breaking of the chain. The next step, like I said, the next step is a NAMBLA, a North American Man-Boy Love Association. They're gonna say that our sexuality is that we like to fuck little kids, and that everybody else has gotten their part. Everybody else is protected by, you know, protections that are allotted to these people and to these groups, and we want ours. And with a man like Joe Biden in office, I wonder how long it is until they lower the fucking consent age to 14 or some crap like that. In all reality, if you don't see that this country is fucked, like we're done. We're done. As a nation, we're done. We're too divided. We have too much anger, too much hate, too much hostility, and it's directed towards the wrong group of people. You know, and I'm guilty of it too. You know, like, I can't stand BLM. You know, when they first came out, I supported that shit because I hate cops. I fucking hate them. If you look at that video where I was at, that's the kind of shit I've been dealing with for 30 fucking years. So, but that's nothing. That was a situation where I actually came out on top. You go check out my video, my welcome to Palm Bay PD. or my welcome to Palm Bay is what it is. It's on my thing. You'll see it. You'll see the cop's lower fat ass sitting there. We don't understand that when we allow this kind of thing to come over us and take over us and to become law and to become, a written word, if you would, you got to remember the rest of the world doesn't do any of this shit, all right? The rest of the world don't allow children to cut off their fucking genitalia. The rest of the world doesn't allow people to demand things. Like in some places, they would have been killed for what they've done, and how they done it. And, in the true America, in the real America, dude, we should have been able to stand up and fucking have our shit redone again. But unfortunately, we don't live in a true America, a true United States anymore. We are living in a failing economy that has everybody at each other's throats. And while you and I bicker and argue and fight, or while we bicker, argue, and fight with other people about other stupid things, and some of it, man, is just common sense. Some of it is just like, I can't believe that you just passed that into law. Like, really, how could you do that? It's far from fucking anything that's sane as possible, and we've all seen these laws go to pass. Like California's new law about banning gender sections. Come on, man. Little boys don't want to play with fucking dolls. All right? Not most of the time. And you know what? If they do, that's fine. But like, if I had a child, which I don't, thank God, I would not want my kids to walk into a store and while he's looking at G.I. Joes or toy trucks or dolls, to have them distracted by other things that are... Come on, man. Little boys don't play with babies. And if they do, dude, they're probably going to grow up gay. And that's... maybe not the case in concept, but I'm sorry, like... There is a gender difference. There is two genders. There's two. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go for this 37 gender type crap, dude. Either you're gay or you're not. Or you're half gay, all right? There's no pan this and upside down reverse this. Dude, you suck dick or you don't. And if you suck dick and you're a dude, you're gay. If you eat clam and you're a woman, you're gay. If you don't, then you're not. Plain and simple. And if you don't care who you fall in love with, it could be with anybody, well, then that just means that you're a fucking slut. I'm sorry. Don't even get me started on this poly shit either, dude. The poly is fucking crap is what's destroying the Americanized family. The whole concept of poly is a woman's concept. And because I don't know too many guys who are into the polyamorous lifestyle, and the ones that I do know are bitches. They're like not wearing the pants, if you know what I'm saying. They're following this chick around who's fucking 4 other guys like little puppy dogs because that's the only pussy they're going to get. I'm sorry, that's the fact. Polyamory has destroyed the American family. Polyamory is what is wrong with this country, along with allowing all this other crap to fucking come on. We need to go back to where it was simple. We need to go back to where our children were taught reading, writing, and arithmetic. True American history and true world history. Not any of this fucking weird shit they're settling on. The No Child Behind program has really left our fucking children vulnerable to this kind of indoctrination. Now they're just studying for tests. That's all they fucking do. And all they have to do is take the test subjects or the test questions and the test subject matter and change it into something that they want. And they're cramming our children's heads with this stuff. And how many of you have had your kid come back from school and say something that just fucking blew your fucking mind? You're like, what? Your school is doing what? And you want to do something about it, but can you? No, most of the time you can't, because even if you do go in there and you say, I don't want that to happen, I don't want my child knowing this, I don't want my child learning this, then you're suddenly a bigot, or you're transphobic, or you're racist, or what are the other ists that are out there that have been created to give labels to Americans. The reality of it is, we're done. If you can't see that, if you don't understand how close to ultimate chaos we're getting, then you obviously are one of the people that are being brainwashed. I I'm at a bike rally right now, as you can hear, Daytona Bike Week 2021, and I haven't seen one Biden supporter here. Nobody. That there's fuck Biden and pro-Trump stuff everywhere. And if the 400,000 people that are here from all around the globe, all around the country is any indicator, well, then we know what really happened, don't we? So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off from this video because the day's starting and the bikes are pulling in. Today's supposed to be the busy day. So I just really wanted to get on there and just let you guys know that, you know, we are in danger of losing our status as what we are very shortly, very soon, man. You know, with what's going on, our voices being silenced. If you don't agree with it, then you're shut up. If you don't, that's communism, that's socialism. You know, that's what they did in Soviet Russia. Oh, you don't agree with what we are saying and doing? Okay, to the gulag with you. Or they just kill you. And that's what we're heading there, man. You guys don't fucking see this. We're heading there. This is at a point now where you can't, there's certain words you can't say or you get in trouble. And the next thing to happen is we're gonna start talking, and there's gonna be words that are gonna be jailable offenses or finable offenses next. Watch. You slip up and say I was gay. Meaning lame. Not gay as in like a homosexual, but lame. Like 90s gay. And you're gonna get fined or go to jail or some shit. Watch. You watch. Today's fucking 9th of March, 2021. By this time next year, if I can even make these videos, I will be surprised. Remember this. If I can even make these videos, if you can even watch these videos this time next year, and we're not having full indoctrination, socialism, communism, fucking propaganda shoved in our face constantly. Biden, you fucked up. You're letting record numbers in March or February, record numbers in February for 20 fucking years coming over the border, and it's not a crisis? You have all these people coming into our country carrying COVID-19, and it's not a crisis? You ain't gonna let grandma fly to fucking Europe to see her fucking sister, but you're gonna let all these illegal immigrants in without fucking testing? You're gonna let them all in and let them go in our cities? That's what we're hearing, is you're gonna process them and release them for further processing on approval of their asylum. Do you know what a warrant for your arrest is? All right, that's when you sign a piece of paper saying, I promise I'll come back to court, and you don't. That's what you're doing. You're making them sign us a promise to appear, and they're not gonna appear. Only a handful of them are, because most of them have criminal records, and it's a fact. Like, you can get on there and you can look at the numbers and the statistics showing that, you know, 30% of these people coming over the border from, you know, Mexico and other South American states are convicted criminals, and many of them are violent crimes. Our border's wide open. The amount of drugs that have come in, you just wait, you're gonna see it. Your decisions, your president, what you're doing is gonna be seen. The outcome's gonna be seen in the next few days with the mass amounts of drug overdoses, the mass amounts of methamphetamine and shit and fentanyl that's coming into the country via Mexico. What was it? Arizona Attorney General said that we just built highways and tunnels, basically, for the cartel to bring shit in and to bring people in. So I hope you're happy, Biden. I hope you're happy, Biden supporters. You are the reason why our country is taking a nosedive. And you know that when the revolution finally does come and everything goes kaput, you know, people like you are going to be sought after, you know. So if you voted for Biden, it's time to start saying that you didn't. It's time to start saying that I must have hit the wrong button. Because you know what? I think that when we get our country back, everybody who's responsible for this is going to be hung. Pelosi, Biden, Kamala, all the people that did it, all the motherfuckers that fucked with the election machines and everything, are going to be hung. And I'm sure people who are pro-Biden supporters aren't going to have very much love at that point. You're probably going to be beaten and quartered in the streets because of what you did to the country. Even though that you guys didn't win. But anyways, that's what got my last video taken down. So I'm trying to avoid the topic of that. I didn't directly say it, but I'm entitled to my opinion as an American citizen. So if you want to fucking take my video down again because you want to silence the truth, fuck you. You'll never silence the real truth, which is out here. And I talk to hundreds of people a week about this. I make sure I spread this information. And when I do come across the Biden supporter, which is not very often, by the way, I make sure I let them know how much they fucked up. And I ask them, are you fucking satisfied with what your president's doing? And you know what I get most of the time? I didn't think it would come to this. And the other answer I get is, well, at least he's not Trump. And that's not a viable answer. That means that you are a snowflake and you used your feelings and you didn't like old mean Trump, and so you wanted to change. And now look what you got us. You fucked us from your decisions. Your feelings just killed our country. Good job. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go because it's starting to pick up, and I just wanted to tell you all to take care of each other out there, look out for each other, and remember, there's retards. Look out for them because they're fucking everywhere.